Strict security measures are in place at the NAIA following the declaration of community quarantine all over Metro Manila.
Now, airport authorities are banning non-passengers and non-employees from entering the terminals. To tell us more about this, we have Marlene Alcaide. She is joining us live from the NAIA. Good afternoon, Marlene.
Hi, Marlene.
Sean Charles, the Manila International Airport Authority or the MIA temporarily banned the entry of non-passengers and non-airport employees into all terminals of the NAIA. So for those who want to say their goodbyes to their loved ones or friends who will be flying out of the country, well, you better say your goodbyes at home. MIA announced that passengers' companions who will be sending them off are off limits at the NAIA terminals. And those who are meeting passengers who are flying into the hub are also temporarily banned. Authorities even barred the media from getting inside the terminals. MIA said that this is part of their preventive measures against the spread of COVID-19. For now, only passengers can enter the terminals, but they need to show their ticket or itinerary before going in. All domestic flights going in and out of Metro Manila are already cancelled amid the community quarantine. However, international flights have not been suspended yet. OFWs can still fly out of NAIA to their country of employment. Sean Charles, the travel ban remains in China, Macau, Hong Kong, Iran, and Italy. With regards to arrivals, only Filipinos will be allowed to enter the country, including their spouses. Passengers needing assistance, such as the elderly, pregnant women, mothers, traveling with infant, persons with disability, and those with medical condition, are advised to inform their travel agents upon booking that they would require assistance at the airport. Sean Charles.
All right, thanks for that, Marlene. That was News 5's Marlene Alcaide reporting from NAIA.
And the COVID-19 pandemic has taken its toll on international air travel. Local carriers have not been spared. First, they had to deal with travel restrictions to certain countries, and now they have to cancel even domestic flights in and out of the metro. We have on the line with us now David De Castro, Communications Head of AirAsia, to clarify some air travel-related problems since the pandemic. David, clearly quarantine measures have affected AirAsia operations so far. Tell us what the situation is and what's your latest update from the airline?
Yes, right. Sean and Charles, good afternoon. Thanks for having me. So we have started implementing our mandatory cancellations for our domestic flights in and out of the, as you said, the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. This started 12 midnight of March 15. Just to clarify, these are mandatory cancellations of our domestic flights. We still operate some of our international flights from NAIA as long as these are not covered by the travel ban. So all of our affected guests have already been sent email and text notifications regarding how they will be able to make changes to their travel plans. So for our affected guests, they have three options to choose from. Particularly, first is to move their flight. This will be valid for 90 days from the original date of departure. You could also make use of a credit account or travel credits. From the usual 90-day validity, we are extending this validity for 365 days. So that is valid for 1 year for the credit account. And thirdly, they could also make use of or get a full refund. Now, for these options for our guests could be availed without the extra charges. So how could our guests avail of these options? We do advise them to please get in touch with our customer support team. This will be online at support.airasia.com. We also have an emergency hotline, of course. We do understand some of our guests are not always online, so they could call this hotline number, if I could share, which is 8722-2742. Again, that's 8722-2742. We also have an emergency help desk for our guests. So if they want to be able to speak to a person physically, they could do so and come to our office at the Salem Complex. This is along Domestic Road in Pasay City. This is right across NAIA Terminal 4. So our help desk, physical help desk, will be open all the way until Wednesday, March 18, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But I think the biggest concern really, Sean and Charles, of our guests is the the question whether or not they could still change their travel plans even after their original departure date. Say it's already March 16 and their flight was supposedly yesterday. Could they still make changes? Or perhaps could they make changes to these travel plans even after the community quarantine? Our response to that is yes, they are very much would still be possible to make changes to their travel plans. That is why there is no need to rush. No need to rush to the airport to make changes to their bookings. We advise them to please stay safe at home and observe the community quarantine period. Better yet, they could conveniently make changes to their travel plans online at support.airasia.com. Sean,
All right,
Charles.
David, allow me to take this time to ask you, how is this all affecting your workforce? Have you, are you working on skeletal workforces now? Like you mentioned, you will have help desks until Wednesday. Will those be taken out after Wednesday because of the community lockdown? Have you had to scale down your workforce? How are you guys over there?
Actually, AirAsia has already complied with the advice of the government to implement work-from-home measures, particularly for our support teams. So, for example, for the finance department, for the IT department, so these teams have already been advised that they could work from home. However, for primary functions, particularly for our operations, such as the pilots, of course, the cabin crew, they are asked to still report to work, and that is why we are very proud of our workforce. That despite the challenges faced by the aviation sector, we still step up to the challenge just to be able to serve our guests. For anyone, actually, for any guest who have concerns with their flight bookings, they could approach us in our office, and they could also approach our online chat agents, support.airasia.com.
Thank you very much for all of that. David De Castro of AirAsia, all the best.